you're going to get a slab of clay and a stencil that is the same size as the mirror that you'll get at the very end to attach to your piece. Okay, same size. You're going to give that a good press right in the middle of the clay, specifically at the edges. Make sure it's deep enough you can see where that mirror is going to go, because we don't want to do any decorating inside where the mirror will be. Thinking kind of circular, you're going to cut out the shape that you want your mirror to be. And you don't want to cut out right where your line is, because then it wouldn't have any space to design. You want it to be as big as you can with the slab, echoing that mirror shape. Okay, so if I just wanted it like a circle, it'd be like this. You want to press lightly until you're happy with the shape. So that way I can easily rub out whatever I don't want, okay, and redraw it. You might want to do like a wavy or a zigzag line around. You might want to do kind of like the vintage antique mirrors that have kind of ornate designs on the sides and then just round at the top. But you're just going to do whatever shape you want. Take a few minutes to decide what that will be. And then when you're happy with it, you're going to cut it out. Okay, I'm going to take a needle tool, the sharp one, and I'm going to press deeply all the way through and slide it through kind of like a cake. I like to do it in small pieces. So instead of following the whole line where I might get off track and upset, I am just going to do a small piece and then slide it anywhere off the clay so I can pull a piece out. As I work, I kind of smooth out the edges so it's not so crumbly on the edges. So I just use my finger and smooth it. The next step we're going to do is make the handle. So you're going to take all your extra clay that you just took off and mash it together, kind of pressing it into like a tube shape before you kind of create a coil. You don't want to go too skinny. You don't want it to be too thick. I aim for about a 2-finger width. And then once I had a good coil, I do want it to be kind of, I want to flatten it so that way it is about the height of my slab of the mirror. So to do that, I'm going to take a roller and I'm lightly rolling and pressing to get it kind of a flatter tube and setting that up with my mirror. I'm going to use a needle tool to cut off a flat edge so that it has a smooth spot to attach. And then I'm going to shape the bottom however I want. That could be a flat edge like I did at the top. It could be round. It could be kind of pointy. That's up to you. Clay on its own does not stick. It might appear to, but it will eventually fall off. We have to score, slip, wiggle, stick. So first I'm going to score. I'm going to take the metal tool that looks like lots of little multiple wire pieces, and I'm going to scratch the surface where if I had a glue stick and I would apply glue. So on both sides, almost like the cat got a hold of my project. He's scratching with his little claws. Ah, the cat got a hold of my piece. Okay, then I'm going to use the slip, which is our clay glue, and I'm painting both sides where the scratches are, and then I'm going to wiggle it together, and that should be a good stick. I always like to kind of rub the edges where it's attached. I like to use the mushiest clay to add right at the joint, and that just makes it a little bit more secure. And if you have any like oddities in your slab, you can use the mushiest clay and just kind of rub that on those spots to kind of fill any holes that might need to be. Texture time, you're going to do the side of your mirror that does not have the circle press in for the mirror. You can use the texture rollers. These little white discs can go in the handles, and then you can roll with it. You can use a needle tool and press out designs. The scrapers create designs. You can use the gray tools to press in. So you can see me use that roller here to create, I wanted like a circle with it. There really is no right or wrong with texture, but you just don't want to press too hard. You don't want to go all the way through your clay. Okay, we want to stay at the top surface level on the back side of your mirror.